Superhero landing! Oh, that is hard on the knees.
Hello everybody, and welcome to my review of Deadpool 2. This film is obviously the sequel to the incredibly successful Deadpool that came out a couple years ago. That film was a pretty big surprise hit, so expectations were really high going into this one. And does it live up? Well, in my personal opinion, this film gave it maximum effort, and succeeds on most every level. The best film I can equate this to, for my thoughts on it, is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I've always considered that film superior to the first in just about every way. While Guardians 2 is not technically as good a movie as its predecessor, I enjoyed the way the movie adds depth and layers to its characters, all while expanding the story and giving you more of everything you love. That's what Deadpool 2 did so well, is giving you more of what you love, but at the same time expanding the mythology and the world and the characters, and taking their adventures to a different level, all while maintaining that same core of what made the first so great. And like with Guardians 2, Deadpool 2 may not be as good a movie as the first one, but I nearly had a better time with it. For example, the character of Wade Wilson is deeply explored in this one, far more so than the last Deadpool. Whereas the last one gave you a lot more of Deadpool the superhero, this gives you more of Wade Wilson the character, the human being, the person underneath the mask. And I know it's been said countless times, but Ryan Reynolds was born to play this role. He's defined the character of Deadpool on screen to the point where the two are basically inseparable. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, Deadpool's Ryan Reynolds. From where I stand, the two are indistinguishable. Now let's talk about plot. I don't know what I was expecting going into this movie, but this story shocked me at just about every single turn. I think the best way I can describe the narrative is unexpected. Right from the first frame, it was apparent that this was not the kind of movie I was expecting it was going to be. And that's a really good thing, because it actually exceeded my expectations on just about every level. On top of being absolutely hilarious, this film doesn't pull any punches from the emotional department. Everybody gets a solid story arc this time around, specifically Wade Wilson. His character in particular gets a lot of development since the last one. There are a lot of new characters in this movie to juggle, but I think the movie handles it exceptionally well, especially the X-Force. Everything to do with them was absolutely fantastic. When they were featured in the movie's marketing so heavily, I was cautiously optimistic about how they'd be utilized, but this movie absolutely nails it. Okay, now let's talk about some things I didn't care for as much. This movie has a lot more humor than the first Deadpool, but unfortunately I found that not all of it landed for me. But that doesn't take away from the excellent writing at all. The humor's top-notch stuff. The post-credits scene alone had me crying. I was laughing so hard. It was that good. Speaking of the post-credits scene, I have to admit I'm a little bit mixed on it. I look around the internet and I'm seeing everyone saying it's the best post-credits scene of all time. And they're right, it is. But I do have some reservations about it, which I can't get into because those are plot spoilers. At first it had me raising my eyebrows wondering why. But as it kept going, I found myself enjoying it more and more. Those plot points I was talking about earlier, while somewhat bothersome to me, are also pretty logical for the story moving forward, so I can't fault the movie for doing it, but it did bother me. I go so far as to say it nearly ruined the movie for me, but then I got over it and just started enjoying. From the trailers, you probably know that there's this kid named Russell that Deadpool spends a significant chunk of the movie with. His character was hit or miss for me. He wasn't bad, the actor did a pretty good job with him, he just sort of annoyed me. And I mean, I know you're probably saying, but you said the actor did a good job, and that's totally his fault. Well, no, I think it's just the way the character was written. It was very intentional, and I think what they did with it will work for some people. It just didn't work for me. I didn't have the problem with the character from a plot standpoint. He was just one of my least favorite parts about the movie. It wasn't bad, I just personally didn't like it. So essentially, if you like the first Deadpool movie, this one gives you way more of everything you loved, and then does it all a little bit worse. That's a backhanded compliment, by the way. They're giving you more of everything, so when not all of it lands, it sort of all balances out in the end. Because this is only my second review, I'm still without an official rating system. So I'm simply going to conclude by saying that this movie is definitely worth checking out in theaters if you have the chance to. It's a really good time at the movies. As always, be sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Till next time.